Good morning, Nasi, and good morning to your viewers. First and foremost, let's just make this thing clear. We are here in support of Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi. We say hands off to Mkhwanazi. The reason we are here, this is a nationwide picketing. Because we are here in Western Cape, we're going to be here in numbers. The reason for us being here at the Premier's office is because of, since this is a national program, we are going to all Premier's offices. Just because they are also part of the GNU, I think they can persuade each other when they are doing wrong things because of they are under GNU.
But the president has taken a decision, which is the inquiry looking into these allegations made by General Mkhwanazi. And we know that Parliament also has established and probing these allegations, roping in 3 commissions and the criminal cases that are currently being investigated. Is that not enough?
That's not enough. That's not enough. That's being a coward. You know, these commissions of inquiry is just delay tactics, to be quite honest. We need decisive decision making. Mr. President must have balls to take decisions. It cannot be we must go to these inquiries of commission. It's just a wasteful expenditure. He must make a decision. He must start probing in, start investigations, proper investigation, and take actually people that commit, people that are found guilty, they must be punished. These commissions is just a delay tactics. Remember how many commissions we've done? There's a lot of commissions. What are the results? Nothing.
To be fair, the allegations against Minister of Police, Senzo Mchunu, is currently on leave or put on leave, are still unfounded. They're yet to be tested. But I am curious to know that, do you believe that the issues that General Mkhwanazi has raised reflect what's happening in SAPS here in the Western Cape?
We're fully aware that innocent until proven guilty. However, though, I think, honestly speaking, if we can just trace back, I think the problem is far deeper than we can imagine. I don't think it's just SAPS only that the underworld has got in their pocket. I think most of these departments, the underworld is ruining our lives. Somebody not so long ago asked me a very interesting question, that are you aware there's a rumor that says some of the ministers, they belong to gangs, the numbers gang, you're 28, you're 26. I couldn't process that. But now when you look at how things are unfolding, you are beginning to see, no, man, actually the underworld has taken over our lives. We must say no to that. We can't just sit down and do nothing, to be quite honest.
We are of the view that the president has undermined the people of KwaZulu-Natal and has undermined the people of South Africa. We have seen commissions of this nature. The establishment of the commission is useless and it's a waste of the public purse. We are saying even the judges that are serving on the same commission are the judges that we know who have served on the Palapala investigation, and they issued a report suggesting that the president had committed a crime, and there was a prima facie case on the money that was found under the mattress at his farm. And later, the same judge, Sandile Ngcobo, went to Parliament and said he would have made a mistake. How do we trust a commission headed by such people? How do we trust a judge that somersaults like that and that sleeps in bed with criminals? We are saying, as a society, we really want a complete overhaul of the entire justice class system, in the sense that there is criminality. And Mkhwanazi raised very, thorny issues on the basis of criminals, on the basis of ministers of parliament that are in cahoots with the criminals, including Minister Senzo Mchunu, the Minister of Police. And we're also saying the president, by establishment of this commission and appointment of the other minister, is in violation of the constitution, which is the supreme law of the land. The Constitution stipulates that there shall be no two ministers or cabinet ministers appointed in one portfolio. And we are seeing Senzo Mkhwanazi quietly placed on leave, whilst the other minister gets appointed, and by implication we already have two ministers that are receiving full packs from the public purse. We are saying it's criminal.
All right, South Africa, get ready, because we need to talk about what's going down in Cape Town and Durban today, July 18th, 2025, Mandela Day. Of all days, when we're supposed to be celebrating unity, justice, and the legacy of a man who fought tooth and nail for a better country. Instead, we're out here in the streets, from the Cape Flats to the Durban CBD, marching for a cop, a proper one. Mind you, Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi, who's got the guts to call out the rot festering in our police force and government. This isn't just a protest, it's a bloody uprising of fed-up South Africans who've had it up to here with crime, corruption, and an ANC government that's been letting us down for far too long. Are you with me? Let's dive in. Just imagine it's a crisp morning in Cape Town, outside the Western Cape Premier's office, where ordinary folks, mums, dads, learners, students, you name it, are gathering in droves. They're not here for a Joel or to Bry. They're here to throw their weight behind Mkhwanazi, the KwaZulu-Natal police commissioner who's become a national hero for doing what so many in power won't, speaking truth to power. 2 weeks ago, this man, dressed in his brown Special Task Force uniform, flanked by armed officers, stood up in Durban and dropped a bombshell. He accused Police Minister Senzo Mkhwanazi, Deputy National Commissioner Shadrack Sibia, and a whole syndicate of high-ranking officials, politicians, and even judges of being in bed with criminals. Yeah, you heard that right. Our so-called protectors are allegedly shielding drug lords, hitmen, and tenderpreneurs like Vusimuzi Matlala, who's been linked to a 360 million rand SAPS tender and attempted murder charges. And what's the response from the top? A commission of inquiry. Another one, as if we haven't had enough of those, hey? Now, let's not kid ourselves. South Africa's crime stats are a nightmare. According to the Institute for Security Studies, we had 5,727 murders from January to March this year alone. That's 64 people a day, brew. We're the 5th worst country in the world for crime, trailing behind places like Venezuela and Haiti, according to the World Population Review. And corruption, don't get me started. Transparency International ranks South Africa 82nd on their Corruption Perception Index. 82nd! This is a country where the ANC, Nelson Mandela's party, has been in charge since 1994, promising a better life for all, but instead we're dodging bullets in the Cape Flats and watching drug cartels run amok through Durban's port. It's a disgrace, and the people marching today know it. They're not just waving placards, they're screaming for justice, for accountability, for a government that doesn't treat us like fools. In Cape Town, the vibe is electric, but heavy with frustration. Nasipi Sam, reporting for SABC News, described the scene outside Premier Alan Winde's office as residents from all corners of the Western Cape converged to say, "Hands off Mkhwanazi!" One of the march organizers, a local named Monday, didn't mince words when he spoke to Nasipi. "We're here because this is a national problem," he said. "The premiers are part of the GNU, so they need to sort out their mates when they're doing dodgy things." He's spot on, isn't he? The government of national unity was supposed to be a fresh start after the ANC's embarrassing election loss last year, but instead, it feels like the same old story. Politicians protecting their own while the rest of us are left to deal with the fallout. What do you reckon, South Africa? Is this GNU just a fancy new name for the same old ANC nonsense? Down in Durban, it's even more intense. Thousands of people have brought the CBD to a standstill, chanting "Hands off Mkhwanazi" and holding up signs that demand action, not more talk. Sio Makaya, another SABC reporter, was out there in the thick of it, talking to marchers who are proper Gatvol. One woman, Ramita, told him, "I'm supporting General Mkhwanazi. He's fighting crime and corruption, and we want the gravy train out with Cyril and his lot." Another dude who didn't give his name laid it bare. We want an end to corruption in government. The president must make South Africa crime-free, drug-free, corruption-free, so we can enjoy living in this beautiful country. Can you feel the anger in their words? These aren't just sound bites, they're the cries of a nation that's been betrayed by its leaders time and again. And what's the ANC's response? A commission of inquiry led by Acting Deputy Chief Justice Mandela. Because, nothing screams decisive action like another commission, right? Let's talk about these commissions for a second, because I'm proper fed up with them. Remember the Zondo Commission? Crores of rands spent, years of hearings, and what's the result? Bugger all. Nobody's in jail, nobody's been held accountable, and the same crooks are still running the show. Now, President Cyril Ramaphosa, who's apparently too busy globe-trotting to deal with this mess properly, has put Mkhwanazi on special leave and announced yet another inquiry. Mandela in Cape Town called it straight. That's not enough. That's being a coward. These commissions are just delay tactics, a wasteful expenditure. He's not wrong, is he? How many more reports do we need before someone actually gets arrested? The people marching today aren't buying it, and neither should you. Why do you think we keep getting these commissions instead of real action? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear what you're thinking. Mkhwanazi's allegations aren't just hot air, mind you. He's got receipts. During his press conference on 6 July, he shared WhatsApp messages and payment records, allegedly showing how Mandela, the tenderpreneur, was bankrolling Mkhwanazi's political ambitions through a middleman named Brown Mkhwanazi. He claimed the Political Killings Task Team, which had secured over 120 convictions and 1,800 years of jail time since 2018, was disbanded because it was getting too close to exposing high-level corruption. Mkhwanazi even said the case dockets were whisked away to Sibia's office in Pretoria to be locked up tight. This isn't some conspiracy theory cooked up on social media. This is a senior cop risking his life to expose a syndicate involving politicians, judges, and police officials. And what does he get for it? Threats. So many that National Commissioner Fanny Masemola had to beef up his security. That's the kind of country we're living in. One where the good guys need bodyguards because they dared to do their job. The support from Mkhwanazi is overwhelming, and it's not just Cape Town and Durban. Soweto's residents marched to Kliptown police station, demanding action on crime and backing Mkhwanazi's fight. A petition for his protection and for a proper investigation into his allegations has racked up over 10,500 signatures. Community police forums in Durban, like Umbelo and Malvern, have pledged their support, with chairpersons Calvin Thomas and Kevin Pillay calling Mkhwanazi a beacon of strength and accountability. Even churches are getting involved. A congregation held a prayer session for his safety, with the pastor urging, "We need more men and women like him who are going to stand for our country." It's enough to give you goosebumps, isn't it? When was the last time you saw a cop inspire this kind of unity? Share your stories in the comments. Have you ever met an officer who gave you hope like Mkhwanazi does? But let's not get too warm and fuzzy, because the reality is grim. The ANC's failure to tackle crime and corruption isn't just a policy blunder, it's a betrayal of every South African who believed in the promise of 1994. The Cape Flats, where gang violence is so bad that kids can't play outside, is a case study in government neglect. In KwaZulu-Natal, political killings have been a plague since the apartheid days, and Mkhwanazi's task team was finally making headway, until he alleges Mkhwanazi and his cronies pulled the plug. The EFF, MK Party and DA have all jumped on board, with the latter two filing criminal charges against Mkhwanazi and Sibia. But the ANC, they're hedging their bets, saying they support the inquiry but not much else. Typical, isn't it? They're more interested in protecting their mates than protecting us. How does that make you feel, knowing your safety takes a backseat to political loyalty? The marches today, coinciding with Mandela Day, are a poignant reminder of what we're fighting for. Mandela stood for justice, for a South Africa where the rule of law meant something. Yet here we are, 31 years into democracy, and we're still begging for a government that doesn't sell us out to criminals. The irony isn't lost on the marchers. In Durban, they're chanting Cyril must go, and in Cape Town, they're demanding the Premier use his GNU clout to push for real change. Vincent Mndonga, an organizer in Durban, didn't hold back when he told CEO Mkhwanazi, "The president has undermined the people of South Africa. These commissions are useless, a waste of public money. We want a complete overhaul of the justice system." He's got a point, doesn't he? Why should we trust a system that's been failing us for decades? Tell me, what would Mandela think of this mess? As the sun sets on Mandela Day 2025, the message from the streets is clear. South Africans are done with empty promises. We're done with commissions that lead nowhere, with ministers who deny everything, with a president who'd rather kick the can down the road than take a stand. Mkhwanazi isn't just a cop, he's a symbol of what we could be, a country where integrity isn't a rare commodity, where the police serve the people, not the powerful. But he can't do it alone, and neither can we. This fight is bigger than one man or one march. It's about taking back our country from the criminals and their enablers in government. So, what's it going to take for you to join the fight? Are you ready to stand up, to demand better, to say enough is enough? Here's what I'm asking you to do right now, while you're fired up. Hit that subscribe button, it's free, and it means you won't miss a single update on this story. Like this video, share it with your mates, and drop a comment telling us why you're backing Mkhwanazi or what you think the government should do next. If you're feeling extra generous, join our channel membership or send a super thanks donation to keep this content coming. And hey, let those ads play for at least 30 seconds. It's a small way to support us without spending a cent. Together, we can keep the pressure on, keep the conversation going, and maybe, just maybe, make South Africa the country Mandela dreamed of. Don't wait, do it now, and let's show them we're not backing down.